Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jeff. This is Jeff's Trail Dust. In the past, I had a Batwing 270-degree awning mounted to my front runner roof rack on my 4Runner. On the Transamerica Trail, I ran into an issue with just the mud and bugs and all the road grime and everything. Ended up getting my zippers dirty enough that whenever I unzipped it, it basically just destroyed the zipper. It's rather easy to replace that. They warranted it for me, sent me a new one. I've had it sitting in the garage for about 18 months or so. Actually, that is not true. That is actually 2 years it has been sitting in the garage. So anyway, I am going to mount that back to the 4Runner. There are 3 of these brackets which can be sourced on Front Runner. They come with all the necessary hardware, and this pattern actually fits the Batwing, so that everything works out really good. It's a little bit tricky. That's why we're going to do an install video on it. Going to need a few tools. You'll need a 10mm and a 13mm wrench. You're also going to need a 5mm Allen wrench. Without further ado, let's get cracking. Alright, the instructions actually said that we needed a 5mm Allen wrench, which I assume is probably for the bolts that actually hold the bracket to the rack. However, before we can even start this, we're going to have to remove the back cap and the front cap. So we're going to have a 4mm Allen wrench to do that. Easy enough. Alright, then we're going to go to the front and do the same thing. Okay, and there will be 6 nylon nuts that we're going to actually slide into this track like this. Of course, the nylon portion is going to go face down, obviously. It's hard to do holding a camera. Anyway, I'm going to put 4 on the back. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. Stick with us. We'll complete this install on the front runner roof rack, Slimline 2. And if you just want to see how the Batwing 270 awning sets up, just skip ahead. That's fine too. Thank you so much, and remember to give us a thumbs up and to comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you. And 2 on the front. And what I mean by that is these are going to be equally spaced, so you can see one's going to ride right here. Will be a bracket between these 2 slats. There's going to be another one right here, as you can see right there. And then I'll have to go to the front because we can't work around this, which holds the 2 sections of the platform together. So then we'll go up there and put 2 more. Now, to attach your Batwing to your front runner roof rack, you're going to need some additional brackets. Also, you will need to source 2 extra 8mm studs in order to make this kit work. Alright, sufficiently taut. Weighing in at just under 50 pounds makes 1-person installation achievable. Okay, just so you can see the tolerances we're working with. Underneath here, we're going to have to go up and then put the nut from the top down right there. And here you can see we've got to go here and here. And I'll slide these bolts back. Okay, if you have a little misalignment here with your nuts, just use your Allen wrench. Just come in from here. Just eyeball it, and it should be good. Alright, so we're going to get these last two top ones started, and then we'll switch to the bottom and get those good and tight, and then we'll come back and finish our work. Okay, we're running out of daylight, and this is an awfully tight spot to get into. So, this is the 3 shorter of the Allen head nuts, and basically it's going to come up from the bottom, and if you've got big hands, there we go. So I'm just going to get those started. Okay, so a couple of things here. One, I just realized that I left this up here, which would have made a lot of racket. But anyway, on reviewing footage, I realized that I failed to tell a couple of things. One, you're not going to need a 10mm. If you're putting this on a Slimline 2 and you have the current version of the Batwing, not the Foxwing, but the Batwing from Rhino Rack, the Batwing uses 8mm hardware on this upper track. So you're not going to need the 10mm wrench. You're only going to need the 13mm. So you're going to need 13mm and the 5mm and Allen wrench and 4mm Allen wrench, I believe. I don't think it was a 6, but I think it was a 5 and a 4. I'll confirm that here. But the main thing that I failed to show was when I was installing this one, you can see that the nut is on the top. The bolt is coming from the bottom. The bolt coming from the bottom is extremely difficult to get to on this vehicle just because of the rounded corners. As you can see here, I actually dropped it from the top. Actually used a few extra washers, but it's a whole lot easier to get to if you drop the bolt from the top. Like I said, per instructions, this is the correct way, but this is a whole lot easier to work with. Anyway, just my shortcut. I'll probably check it here in a little bit, but like I said, I'm pretty sure that's how I did it before when I was on the TAT, and that's it's thousands of miles of corrugated road. So if it was going to vibrate loose, that would have done it. So anyway, just wanted to reaffirm that. Back to our video. So after we get this good and tight, I'm going to come back, do the top, replace our caps, which I'll probably do that now because I'll forget to do it. And then we'll unzip this and set it up and do a full setup. All right, as you can see, it is completely dark except for this street light behind me. That's not a street light, it's a house light. Anyway, I'm hot, I'm delirious. It's up. I got it fully secured. Just one little thing that I'm gonna let you in on if you decide to put one of these on a front runner rack is the orientation of the bottom bolt. And when it's with daylight, I'll just kind of like recap that a little bit before we start on step 2, which is to do a complete setup. So if you stuck with us this far and want to check that part of it out, or if you were just wanting to know how to install the Batwing onto a front runner, thank you. And we're going to be on to the rest of the video. But first, first things first, I got to hydrate. Let me tell you, it's hot. Okay, and this is what you're going to have to worry with. Is these. You don't want to put extra stress on those. Those will break. Pretty easy to replace. It's lock in place, kind of like a shower curtain rod. If you're balling on a budget, you know what I'm talking about. Now we've got a reasonable amount of weight taken off the pivot point. And we've got a connector that goes from here and we'll tie into one of our D-rings, or one of our little loop rings on the roof rack. Now, Rhino rack slash Batwing gives a pretty neat looking saddle horn looking tie down, but I've got plenty of these, and this is the one point that you want to be mindful of, is you do not want to come back really further than where it's at this point. I have plenty of rain protection here, and if you arrange the height of your legs just right, you can actually slope the water in the direction that you want it to drip off. Let's put those extra panels on and see what that looks like. Guy wire loops.
You want you talk around the gas? You talk around there? I didn't even get off. That's
it. Okay, as you can see, I don't have it staked in the bottom, and I do not have any of this tied down, but it gives you an idea. And you could utilize obviously these poles, which my assistant is staking as we speak, and it's one heck of a windbreak for sure. And like I said though, you could pull those back as much as you needed, kind of raise them up a little bit. It's going to give you some it's going to give you quite a bit of extra ventilation, because I could see where in the summertime that would be quite hot. The tent fabric is UV rated, SPF 50 I believe. Congratulations, that is step 2. I'll probably do a little bit more research on this and try to figure out exactly how you utilize those poles, but I would have a feeling that's probably pretty accurate, but I could be completely wrong. Step 1 of takedown. The takedown procedure for the Batwing 270 is extremely simple. And watch as I demonstrate how the legs tuck away. Alright. You can see what I'm looking at there. You can see the flex. Puts a lot of pressure on that. That's just a plastic end, so just keep in mind as you're working through to try to work your way all the way back to the front without having so much of that weight concentrated on that end. Now, as they come back, we're going to start at the top and work our way to the bottom. These are earth magnets, and they should hold it pretty good. I have found though that they do a better job, that they have to have the strap. So we'll have to strap it back in just to have it nice and tight and secure. Okay, as I continue to put the Batwing back up and stow it for the weather cover, let's talk about some pros and cons. Weighing in at just a little under 50 pounds, it is extremely lightweight, fairly easy to handle, and extremely well made. This won the Overland Journal in 2019. It won the Value Award for their 270 awning test. I would have to agree with that. And with a UV rating of 50 plus and 210 ripstop fabric, it is exceptionally well made. Cons would just be that it is not freestanding and you could potentially break those ends.